She looked like she was a seasoned vet at snorting ammonia
Yeah,
when she
dude.
grabbed it. She was like, "Yeah, I'm ready
I'm
for
ready.
this."
She clearly was not.
Oh, God. Oh, I recognize him.
This actually looks pretty good.
This is miniature action Jesus from Twitch, Justin.
Okay. Oh, this is cool as shit.
Honestly, for a larger guy,
like-
it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually like larger dudes have a big like, problem with pulling sumo properly, but this doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, no. It actually looks really good, and the only thing that I can really see if I want to be nitpicky is, and this is kind of a tough cue to explain without being able to actually try it, but one of the things that I like to teach is the concept of trying to make your arms as long as possible. Obviously, your arms are one length, but through movement of your scaps, right? That'll change like your effective arm length. And one of the things that I like to teach is getting some protraction at the beginning, and that doesn't mean rounding. Protraction is just the movement of scaps around a stationary rib cage, so that you can have a completely neutral spine, but try to really let your arms hang more.
Yeah.
And I think that if you grab the bar and then try to think about from the head down to the pelvis, right? That whole unit, if you think about taking that as far away from the ground vertically, you'll feel that slack leave your arms, and then you can rotate in from that position while keeping that. Because one of these reps, it's not this one, it's the next one. From that side view, you can see you kind of like sit down into it a little bit and then yang.
Yeah.
And if you really think about getting all that length out of your arms and then rotating from that position, it'll just be completely direct. And I think that, this set was obviously, you own this set, it moved really well, but potentially on some heavier sets, especially, given that you're a bigger dude, your arms are not particularly long, like every little bit in terms of your, technical proficiency on the top end is gonna be amplified, and any mishap is gonna be the difference between a make and a miss. So
don't be afraid to be patient with your setup too, with what Sean's talking about, like with really trying to get your arms longer, because that slightly slower setup in terms of getting to the bar might feel better once you actually initiate it.
Yeah. And you look like you do a good job, even though you don't spend a lot of time before grabbing the bar, it does look like you do a good job of driving down and out.
Oh yeah.
Like it does look like you are pushing multi-directionally.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe you can do it even better if you, like Marcella said, just take a little bit more time.
Yeah. And you'll find you'll be able to speed it up anyway. It's like whenever you're trying something new, kind of taking your time with it just makes it feel like a little bit more at your own pace, and then over time you can speed it up anyway.
Yeah. Matt Cronin actually has a really good post about sumo deadlifts and ramping tension.
Yeah.
The way that I like to think about it, or the way that he explains it as well, is that like from the top of your hip pump all the way to the point where you initiate your pull, it's like every degree that you rotate, you're just adding more to that meter. Like you're just filling up a meter, where it's like right before you rotate into position, you've applied 99% of the force needed to get the bar moving, and it's just by allowing yourself to get to the position to pull that you get it to leave the floor. It's not that you're going from 0 to 100 in applying the force to get the bar to leave the ground.
Yeah, honestly, overall, it looks clean though.
I like the Nathan Pyles, what is it? The aliens in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, while they are gathering their thoughts, I just wanted to quickly let you guys know we got a $50 donation from Derek Dowry. That is the athlete you just saw during the Feats of Fitness event do 220 kilos for 10 reps. He's been lifting heavy all weekend, and he donated $50 at the end of this. He's not here right now, and he just wanted to say best weekend ever. Let's give a shout out to Derek Dowry in the chat.
Shout out Derek.
One thing I'm noticing immediately with this, it's almost like she's setting her hips first and then pulling the slack.
Yeah.
There's one thing that really sticks out to me here, and it goes kind of hand in hand with what I was telling the previous guy. You look very, trying to think of how to word this. Brad Couliard tells his guys this all the time. He tells Charlie Dixon this a lot with trying to pull with your arms too much. And you
Yeah.
especially see it up at the top where it looks like you're really like shrugged up and you're trying to get as tall as possible by elevating the traps, by really trying to pull it with your arms, as opposed to thinking, all right, my brace is taking care of all this. Let me shove all this shit down and just let my arms hang.
Yeah.
And I think if you establish that and have that context where it's like, okay, I'm going to brace and my rib cage is just going to go down to my pelvis. I'm flexing all that hard, and that's letting me just keep my arms dangling. Let me just let my arms be dead the whole time, right? It's, you know, you can get some of that scapular depression to get the lats on. But while you're pulling, especially, you know, towards the end of it, like, let those arms relax a little bit. It really looks like you're trying to get tall and elevate at the top of the pull instead of just letting your hips finish the movement.
I like using the cue of just using my arms, like pretending I didn't have hands and just using them as hooks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just letting the weight almost pull myself into retraction a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you have to remember at the end of the day, like, you know, yeah, we call it a pull, but it really is like a push off the ground more so than like you trying to pull it off the ground. Something else that I noticed off the bat was her feet. If you guys watch, especially like when she initiates in then towards the lockout.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're moving around quite a
What,
bit.
yeah.
There's been a lot of force transfer that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The
it
more
would be a matter of either slightly pointing your feet out or even changing the shoes to a flatter shoe because those look like the heel might be a little squishy.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to tell.
I think just the fact alone that she's playing around with them too much
yeah, it
should be
shows
messing up.
you're not creating as much tension as what you could be. You're not like really firmly rooted pressing into the floor, which and that like Sean said, I think for the first video, that helps so much with the slack pull, right? Like when you're applying that pressure into the ground.
Yep. I think the overarching theme of this video that sticks out to me is you're trying to do so much for your pull up top when most of it, you know, aside from your brace at your abs and getting air in, most of it's coming from the bottom, right? But you're trying to do so much in way of pulling from your arms, pulling from your lats. You're almost trying to like back extend the pull up as opposed to actually just trusting your, you know, your quads to initiate, trusting your, you know, your hamstrings and glutes for hip extension. You just look very focused on doing everything forcefully from your top half up rather than the bottom half.
Yeah, as your hips come into position, it almost looks like maybe you aren't applying force into the ground.
Yeah, just very passive through the
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah. Which is once again part of why they're probably moving around so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She asked if she was leaning too far.
Well, one thing that honestly might help with that is and it's hard to have references for this. There are not a lot of good, I feel like not as many good models on social media for a solid conventional deadlift technically as there are for sumo. Do not be afraid to be off the bar a little bit, and do not be afraid that your knees to travel forward. Like the idea that a positive shin angle, especially on conventional, is like a no-no. It doesn't make too much sense. And it looks like you are really, really trying to keep them vertical. Like I'm watching you like hesitate right before you initiate, and I'm like, it looks like you really don't want your you know your ankles to dorsiflex.
Yeah.
And again, I think that a lot of it comes from, you know, the point that you made. Maybe you are trying to get too upright and sit too far back, and I think that's ultimately a symptom of the broader issue being you trying to, you know, extend and do everything from the top half.
Besides that, it looks like she has like the basic concept of everything
she's
down.
supposed
It's just those few things that we made mention of that you could clean up. And like I said in the beginning, it's almost like you're pulling a slack out after you set your hips. So I really don't think you're pulling yourself back into position, and rather than just sitting out into the movement. So If you could pull the slack out and use that counterweight to pull yourself down, that might clean up everything from the bottom half.
Yeah.
And I think the reason she probably has a hard time doing that first is because getting slack out first requires actively pushing through the floor with your feet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you're just passively setting a hip height, the only way you're going to get tension is by having to pull the slack afterward just from your upper half. What I would look at, I'm trying to think of like good conventional deadlifters that come to mind technically. I think of like Zachary Sanders. I think of Luke Graham.
Luke's a good example, yeah.
Yeah, and I think in your case it's going to be a little. The only difference I would say is Luke, pulls in the sevens and he starts a little bit further off the bar because of how much it whips. So that would be the only discrepancy for you. But I think you'll see in both of their pulls just how relaxed they are in the upper half and how they try to create that length through the arms and really let their lower half set all the positioning. But yeah, I think that would be a good starting place. It's like you have all the outputs right. Like if I were watching your starting position and didn't actually see the dynamics of it, I'd be like, yeah, your hips are in a good spot, your shoulders are over the bar. But I think that where what leads to the breakdown that we see on video is more so the inputs, right? Like where you're actually thinking about applying force and what you feel is appropriate, what you don't feel is appropriate. So.
Yeah.
Who donated for this?
Somebody paying for this?
Oh, this poor.
Is this allowed? We are so sorry in advance.
Oh yeah, so Bryce just gave us a. Wait, is that us that we're explaining? Yeah, so
Or do we have to all say one word with the explanation?
Bryce just gave us a new rule that from now on we have to explain and give our critiques one word at a time going around the circle. So Michael will start and then we'll just keep going, adding one at a time. But Isaac, I'm excited to watch this because this looks like it's gonna be some
Interesting
some
stuff.
mole people shit.
Oh, look at all this hype energy. This can only go well.
Oh, Isaac. Oh, I can't wait. He's gonna bounce this shit.
Oh man.
Immediately.
Stop.
Yeah, that's it.
There's
No.
Way.
you.
Serious.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
You.
This name looks familiar. Oh, okay, I know who this is.
Oh, this dude changed that. And
We're
he's
now
doing the
2
one-
weeks out. Hashtag Endgame. Shout out to all the boys for the hype. I've never seen a more USAPL Junior caption.
I feel like this guy. Oh wait, is that Alex? That's Alex spotting him, right?
Yeah.
Yep, of course. I'm like, this guy seems like he would hang out with Alex.
Are we still doing one word per person?
Oh
God.
man.
Wow.
Is that your word?
Yeah, that was my word.
See you again. Good.
Rib cage.
Positioning.
Throughout.
That.
Beautiful.
Squat.
Perhaps.
Consider.
Trying.
2.
Maintain.
Your.
Neutral.
Position.
During.
that.
Single. Is that your word?
Yes. Next.
Weak.
Go.
More.
Neutral.
Oh, we have more. Are we still doing this?
Oh,
Is this Justin? Who is this?
this is Daniel from Adelante.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it was Justin at first.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Marcus Aurelius.
Hi, Daniel. Say that first before we start with your critique.
Wait, can we do this normally? Oh no, we have to do it one by one again. Okay.
Okay.
All right, that works.
Okay, so Daniel, as long as I've known you and I've even told you this in person, make sure that you're driving through the midfoot to your heel because you're always ending up on your toes.
Yeah.
Is that so? I guess I missed
That
it.
was his host.
When you see it in person, it's a lot worse.
Uh,
Because you see how
yeah,
it rocks a little bit that
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Also, dude, where's your belt? Unless Soya told you to pull this beltless.
It looks like you're really trying to, I mean, maybe you're not, but it looks like to me you're actively trying to flex the muscles of your back while you're setting your brace. And that's just a no-no. Like, I don't want you actively flexing any sort of like spinal erectors or extensor muscles. Like your brace is going to come from actually getting air in and flexing your abs, your obliques, setting your ribs over your pelvis in a good stacked position, but trying to create neutrality by flexing the muscles of your lower back, you might run into trouble there.
I feel like there are better shoe choices than Converse also. I know when I pulled conventional, I pulled in Converse, and as soon as I switched to like a wrestling shoe, it felt way better.
Pulling less distance.
Yeah.
I don't know how Chucks became the official shoe of powerlifting. Like, I know Westside love
Louis
them, but I
Simmons.
just don't.
Feel good.
But I
Louis
just
Simmons, that's
they
it.
don't feel good as a flat.
Marcellus, you have anything on this?
Really just like you guys said about the feet. I feel like he tinges better in the feet because it almost seems like as he's coming halfway up, the bar gets away from him just a little bit, and then he like tries to bring it back. It's like right there.
I will say though, and because I've been to this gym,
Yeah.
the platforms there are a little bit uneven, so that could be
Yes, that's
playing
where
into
that
it.
is,
Mhm.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
bye, Daniel.
Oh,
Okay. All right, this will be fun.
is this Natalie?
Really nice calves.
Check out those bars in the background.
Dude's got an interesting looking tattoo on his calf. Go Raw. Everything's dead. I'm just kidding.
Why do I know this? Why do I know this name?
That's yo. Let's go.
He's vibing, and he has a hole in his pants.
Bro, he's excited. This is not only
758.
but 85. I'm going to increasing my squat over 2 years. Oh god.
Honestly, the fact that his bar is so close to the wall. Yeah.
Oh god. Oh my goodness. Wow. Um.
Good on you for not putting a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
So
I would definitely start just with taking a bit more time to take your initial setup under the bar a little bit more seriously. Create a.
dude.
No. I'm cool with you vibing, but okay. So as soon as you get under the bar, you like almost unrack it immediately. I think
Yeah.
if you take a little bit more time to really get the bar wedged against the back, set your pelvic position, get tension before you unrack it. That's gonna help because it's a lot easier to kind of set your position before you unrack versus unracking, getting your feet set, and then trying to force your body into a specific position. I think that would help you a lot. Yeah, I can't get over these pants, man.
I mean, he must have gotten new pants since this is from 2019.
Fair.
Yeah, I think it's 450.
I think your walkout too.
Yeah.
Just master like a 3-step walkout.
Yeah.
So you're not wasting energy.
Yeah, there's no simple 2-minute way to go through like the whole getting stack.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to see what you're actually doing when you brace. Like it's a
Yeah.
back view. I don't have any verbal feedback from you from what you think about. It is a max attempt, so
It's not gonna be
deviation and where your center of mass is, allocated over in the foot is, it's gonna happen to pretty much everybody. But I would say that just potentially finding resources that discuss just like being deliberate with every part of your setup and really having command of your bracing.
There's just one dude on YouTube. If you type in the Swole Fester squat setup, it's got a pretty good video on it. Yeah.
Hoppa, yip.
Who submitted this?
Now this is
God, it's Kai. This is Kai.
With meme equipment. Oh, Tim Thibodeau.
I think that this guy should listen to his coach a little more often.
I'm sorry, Joey.
With deadlift bar and downplates, who does he think he is?
This guy's an asshole. This guy's such an asshole. No wonder why he's hurt all the time.
Out here clearly chasing clout.
Whoa! Someone load up a bar right now.
Mehar!
All right. Okay. That's all right.
I've spoken to Mehar a bunch of times about training.
Are they actually submitting these videos at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
I
they're
think they're submitting them. Mehar's been active in this whole week, so I believe it.
It's great looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Scapular position thoughts. All right, now I know what to pay attention to.
Yeah. So I was gonna say a lot of the stuff we're talking about the first videos, he's doing a good job with.
I was gonna say it should be immediately off the ground. That's just too far. Well, I mean, you made a good point.
No, I think it looks really solid. I know Mehar. I've spoken to you a bunch of times. I've seen a lot of you've had a lot of near misses on your pull, both in training and in meets. And I think a lot of it comes down to timing of initiating the pull. One of the things that I tell a lot of guys who have you're 95% of the way there. Your rib cage positioning is good. You keep your arms long. Your hip positioning is good. But the one thing that I tell people that's I think super simple is just pull later. Think about initiating later. You're gonna rotate through the bar and you're gonna feel like you're ready position wise. And it's just go a little further, right? Rotate a little more, get a little more length out of your arms. You're pushing into the ground prior to pulling. You do a good job of that. But I have a guy who's had, because I've seen you miss on balance where you kind of get the shakes above the knee. I had a guy who used to be like that and pulling later or having the cue in your head of initiating later. You won't have this, you won't have this weight shift. It won't feel like the bar is getting, yanked off the ground as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I have there. I don't have too much more to say. Like all the other components look good. I think it might just be a little bit of a timing thing.
Yeah, I agree. Just be a little bit more patient.
Also, shout out to that Alico bar in the rack.
Oh, I didn't notice it up top. Yeah, I hate the new Alico bench though. Feels horrible. Yeah. Oh, who's this weenie?
Oh, hey, how you doing, Joe?
Yeah, look at this guy. Ooh, he's hype.
Nice singlet.
First of
man.
all, no, I was gonna say I hate the singlet.
Look looking like a blueberry.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. Thank you. Someone got the color right.
Actually looks pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
600.
I thought the same thing when I saw you upload it. I was like, okay, Joe's pull looks really solid.
Especially for like that was a PR. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't think that you're going to be able to get your hips open up more, nor should you really try to. Because you can see in this positioning, like, yeah, there are some deadlifters who like look like they're more, externally rotated. They're more what, from the outside you would say like wedged, but if you watch where your hips go, they don't go anywhere, right? Like you initiate and it's literally just
right there.
forward, horizontal translation of the pelvis, right? You just drive the hips forward. It's very direct on the way up. I don't know that I have too much negative to say about it.
Lockout was a little bit soft, but you already know that
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of gripped it a little bit weird.
Yeah, so I
I think,
No,
I
no,
think that's
it's true.
I think that's a thing with mixed grip. Like I really don't like mixed grip for sumo. I feel like people just run into that kind of like either soft knees or like kind of weird shifty lockout.
Helicoptering it.
Yeah.
so to be fair, normally I would grip a little bit wider. I just got real excited and gripped more on the smooth.
Got you.
Yeah,
And I have tried hook grip for what it's worth, but I don't think my hands are built for it.
Yeah.
yeah.
My pull went down on it.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because even I was telling you that before about my grip. That's why I decided to move it out. One, to pass my thighs, and two, make my lockout way more convincing.
Yeah, and you guys can be critical because I'm looking for honest feedback here.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean, it's tough. Like when it comes to that last little, like that shakiness at the top, like it could be hook grip. I mean, it could be mixed grip. It could be just that it was a near max
It's
attempt.
max attempt.
It's
Yeah.
actually just slipping out of your hand.
It kind of reminds me of where Spicky his pull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
I'll take that as a compliment. That's the last time I'm going to be compared to.
Minus 300 pounds.
Oh yeah, you can roast me too.
Fuck
Like,
you.
it felt like they hit me with that with the singles or the singlet. I mean,
Just be better, Joe.
yeah.
Just get good, man.
Just be strong.
Breathe natural. Breathe natural.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Another one.
No, more Mehar. Watch, he just did this set and
Like I said, I'm
uploaded it.
getting all the feedback I can. This is
5 minutes
great
ago.
quality feedback.
What did he say?
Shout out.
Oh.
Shout out to Alico for also making the rack.
Oh.
Double as a knee sleeve
Look at
driver.
this. All right, let's get it.
That's hilarious. Yeah, still, it's very Yankee at the bottom. And I think that, I've run into this issue sometimes, especially with straps. Like if you're not, if there are some people who are more comfortable pulling with straps, there are some people who are less comfortable pulling with straps. I definitely fall into the nice picture of Berto. I definitely fall into the category of being less comfortable with straps. And I think a lot of times people really try to really create all this like tension in the arms and like feel like you're in command because you have to spend so much time at the bottom there. And I think that if you are more relaxed in the arms, really focus on the lower half. And I know Chance uses this description a lot, and I think that's why his pull looks so smooth, especially at the bottom, to kind of try to like just flow through the bar essentially. And I think that comes from really being, deliberate with where you're creating force in the lower half and being more, not necessarily, limp from the top half up, but just a little bit more relaxed because you really are yanking the bar before you're actually in the position to initiate.
And I think something this is specific to like when you're doing pause deadlifts in general is I find that if you try to like break it off the floor fast and then pause it and then go fast again, it kind of just throws your entire groove off. So if you kind of just let it break off a little bit more control to the pause position, maintain your tension, and then drive hard and explode from there, that'll probably make your position feel a bit better with it too.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I would add on to what Marcellus just said. And when you're doing pause deadlifts, especially, you want to set up with an intention of creating tension. I did
Yeah.
not mean that to come out that way, but essentially to the point that you're addressing the bar with the intention of creating the most possible force.
Yep.
Because the more you can control that through a pause,
Yeah.
the easier it's going to be when you're doing it with actual heavy weight.
I think the biggest benefit of a pause deadlift for a sumo deadlifter is not that you're pausing and then flexing every muscle in your body to maintain that position. It's more so that when you know that there's an intent to pause, you're going to let your feet just well up with this pressure and be super, super gradual with how the bar breaks the floor. And that's what contributes to the maintenance of that starting position. It's not necessarily, I'm going to get to this, 2-inch off the floor position and just flex my upper back and flex my lower back and, pull the bar into me to maintain it. The intent when I program pause deadlifts for my lifters as well as for myself, it's like I have a really bad habit of trying to move fast, and it gets exaggerated when I don't have pauses in my program. But knowing that I'm going to end up pausing as soon as I break the floor, it slows me down in almost like the release of tension. It's not that I'm applying less force. It's just that like, I said on some of the previous guys, it's like for every degree that you rotate into the bar, you're just adding more force, where when you're like one fraction of a degree away from pulling, you have 99% of the force needed to initiate. And then it's just allowing yourself to get into that position, which is what, gives you the green light to go, essentially.
I mean, I would also just to play devil's advocate here. I think we all know Mehar is an equipped lifter. I mean, just maybe the way that he's doing this is trying to emulate what his equipped pull feels like, maybe.
Yeah.
And in that case, obviously none of us actually pull in a suit other than for charity.
Yep.
So I don't know that this advice necessarily applies, but I mean, I think if you're going to be doing these raw, it just kind of makes sense to execute them
Doing that type of manner.
that sort of way rather than the way that you might be doing it now.
Yeah. No, that's a good point because I know that how you start might be a little different in a suit. Like maybe your hips will end up being lower in a suit than you would raw, and maybe it's just more difficult to really, it's kind of like if you were a switch hitter in baseball and just like took some swings as a lefty and took some swings as a righty. It's like you kind of lose your perspective going back and forth for where things need to be. So
Tim, do you have any insight since you're I think the only one on this couch who's pulled in a suit?
Not really, because like funny enough, I set up the same way with the suit that I do it for my raw pull. The only thing,
all right, sorry, Mehar.
This isn't fair.
but like
Honestly,
he's a strong puller.
It-
I think like that
Hey
is
man,
how-
let's be honest. You're not gonna change anything we tell you anyway. Keep doing it.
there's
Sure. Just
there's
including the shirt. Keep the tongue in the mouth.
it's interesting how if people can stay healthy,
Yeah.
it's just like redlining singles does magic sometimes. And I think Evan Cardon is a prime example of that. Because yeah, I figured it wasn't submitted by Evan. But
I know what y'all want us to say. You want us to say fix everything, but I'm gonna say change nothing. Do you, man?
Pretty sure Evan has like 80% of us on this couch blocked anyway. So
I mean, if like for a legitimate answer, at the end of the day, like you might have the most like out of textbook form possible, but if it's working for you and you're not like destroyed, then
Hey.
go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this dude pulled like 100 pounds less like a year ago. So
Yeah.
It's working.
clearly.
How much you can keep it up?
Each person given one thing to work on. Okay. Okay.
Your selfie looks nice, bro.
Watch out for the dog.
Maybe don't squat on a bench rack if you can help it, but it's probably just all you have.
Seems like he loses a little bit of tension at the bottom, so I don't know. What's one overall thing you could work on?
Yeah, so I want it to be one thing that makes the biggest difference.
I mean, the thing that I see that is not, again, I think I've said this in the previous technique review. It's like, some people are going to squat with extension and get up to 700 pounds. They're going to be world-class squatters. They're going to be pain-free. And, it's a useful strategy. Like, that's how we fight against gravity crushing us. But it almost looks like you are trying to, like, find the hole on the way down. Like, you look very tentative with how you're approaching the bottom of the squat, and you're trying to reach back. So your ribs get out in front of you. Your hips go back really hard. And you're trying to, like I said, find the hole as opposed to just getting the head over the ribs, over the pelvis, and just sitting straight down. Watch guys like Connor Borkert squat, Corey Greenberg squat. He doesn't powerlift anymore, but has like a really, really clean looking squat. Just from this perspective of timing of the the knees and the hips and keeping the ribs and pelvis moving together. But overall, nothing too bad. But that's just the main thing that sticks out to me. It's like if you're really, really strong, I wouldn't give, feedback that could potentially kill momentum, but it seems like you're pretty new. So you might as well, fix everything that you can now and have a base to build off of going forward.
Guess we can move on to bench now. Honestly, everything looks pretty solid.
Position wise, it looks good. I'm gonna say to try to create more tension before you even unrack. So 3 big things to think about before you even unrack the bar. Like, are you driving to the ground as hard as you can with your feet? Are you gripping the bar as tightly as you can be? Like literally like, okay, I can't squeeze the bar any harder than this. And then do you feel like you have your chest as elevated as it can be? Which if you're pressing hard to the ground, that will kind of lead to that anyway. Then after that, once you set your glutes down, reinforce that tension by bracing hard, breathing big into that chest, and try to push that chest towards the bar as you lower it. Because your positions look good. It's just create a little more tension so that you have a little bit more stability going down.
All right, let's go deadlift. Okay, so what I would personally say here, number one, it kind of looks like your shoes are a little squishy. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I might go with a flatter sole. But the main thing is you're doing that hip pump, and it looks like all you're really doing is trying to create momentum. You don't really use it to actually draw the slack out of the bar. So when you pull your hips back like that, when you're using your hamstrings, use it to actually draw tension into your lower body prior to actually pulling. Don't just use it just for the sake of momentum.
It's been kind of a common theme.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to learn to do. Like applying force before you have to apply force.
If you're not really thinking about your feet,
I think
that's what you got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're ready, Bryce. Hey, Tony. What's your name?
You got a long torso, Tony.
Dude, seriously.
Not bad overall.
Yeah.
I know.
The lighting isn't exactly helping. I wish I could kind of see exactly how everything sort of stacks in this, but just kind of like the guys have said previously, as long as you're kind of stacking everything perfectly, I think you're going to be fine, especially with the leverages that you have. Nothing really sticks out to me as being like particularly flawed or anything like that. It looks like this isn't an ultra heavy weight for you, so I'd like to see something a little bit closer to the max before I make a judgment. If I maybe had one nitpick, it could be just that your upper back might be a little bit loose in that as you're unracking it. I could see it maybe getting a little bit tighter.
Looks like he actually elevates his traps when he breathes.
Yeah.
And they don't actually come back down. This ends.
Yeah, you look pretty built for squats, leverage wise. Honestly, it looks, if you're still lifting in your home gym because of quarantine stuff and COVID, like that's, take care of your safety first. But honestly, my cliche feedback would just be to keep going, and if you can get back in a gym, just maybe get on some leg presses, some hack squats, just build some more muscle all around, because leverage wise everything looks good. Technique wise we'd have to really nitpick here, but
Yeah, just get bigger.
get bigger.
Have to wear
Is this Simmons? Jacob Simmons?
I think that I think you're right.
You look too small to be gripping that wide.
Yeah, I agree.
was gonna say bring it in.
Yeah, so I would bring your stance in a little bit, maybe turn the toes in if you can help it. If you're built that way, that would allow you to get your arms a little bit straighter, a little bit more narrow if possible. You just like you just said, you're a little small for somebody who's gripping that wide.
I'd also be curious to see what you look like from the side, because it looks like you're really trying to extend through the thoracic spine, which is pretty much the opposite of what I would want you to do. Just be more relaxed in the upper back. But again, it's kind of hard to tell from here.
I think you're right, Sean. And as a result of that, I think he's actually finishing a little bit further back than he needs to. And depending on the weight, there's a chance that your knees might go a little bit soft because of that. So if you correct that issue, that should probably fix that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you're looking at a mirror or something, but it really does look like you're trying to like keep your chest up and stay super upright. And it's a hinge. It's not it's not a squat. I always tell people, like, don't be afraid for your torso to be parallel, like when you're setting up. Like, it's okay if your chest falls and you're facing the ground prior to pulling, because chances are you're going to get a better hinge. And then once you actually go through the movement to initiate the pull, you'll be in a better position than when you tried to overcorrect at the start and get super, upright and extended. So, and listen to Serene.
Oh, hi, Alex. You just texted me about this the other day.
It's a clean squat.
That was really good.
One thing I will say about Alex, he has worked so hard on his squat over the past year that I've known him. It's day and night from when I first met him.
Yeah, because this looks really good.
I don't know that I have anything really to say.
Yeah.
Your quads are looking juicy, man. That's all I got
Like,
for you.
and I know it's hard to judge depth from the front, but I know he would appreciate this. What do you guys think of his depth?
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, it's a
like a-
little hard to tell.
I like a
but
side
I-
view, but from here it looks good.
If I was head ref, I'd give.
I'd give him
Okay.
a yeah.
if this were me in a meet, I would hope the judges would be lenient enough to give me a white.
Yeah.
So in my own interest, I'd say it's a white. But if I were judging in a meet and I didn't compete, it would look a little borderline to me.
Okay. Just because that's one thing he's been really concerned with is his depth.
Yeah, it's like when I'm watching it here, it looks like from this angle anyway, it looks like the hip crease is below right there.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
side view would probably be the determining factor for that.
If
I think
one-
the head judge would give it.
think it's more convincing than not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In the interest of like the actual rules of powerlifting, where if it, you know if you doubt, you're
You
supposed
give
to
it to
judge
the
in
lifter.
favor of the
Definitely,
lifter.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
get that.
So in my mind, that's why I like tobacco.
I would say one simple thing, if you really are worried about it and you're at the gym, you're filming from the side, people are saying it's borderline. If it doesn't throw you off too much and you're far enough out from a meet, like it looks like your belt is really low and the SBD belt is incredibly bulky. So if you're feeling like, your hips are not restricting you, but you hit a squat and it ends up being high, like maybe the belt is just cutting you off from hitting where you could hit if your belt were just sitting a little bit higher. But that's the only thing I could think of to try. I mean, your squat technically looks great.
I would definitely second it.
Love you, Alex. Oh God! Wait, so honest review, but don't hurt my feelings.
I just put a flax, FYI, because I can't squat in heels with a broken toe. So.
Ooh, I feel you on the broken toe. That just happened to me a few weeks ago.
In the background.
Yeah, that girl in the black t-shirt talking to Meg looks really good.
But it's
You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Pass for feedback.
So I think what I would probably start with is it does kind of look like as you're coming down, you're almost like overcommitting to like I want my elbows sort of parallel to my torso, and as a result, your upper back isn't super tight and the bar's kind of rolling on there. I would kind of almost prefer you to just kind of keep the bar a little bit more tight to your back and not pull your elbows down hard if you can help it. It's always like one or the other, right? Like either the bar rolls and your elbows have to move forward and meet it. But in most cases, I think it's that people actually overcommit to the elbows forward thing and they lose that tightness in their upper back, and that promotes bar.
Yeah.
So if you could work on that, I think that would help a lot.
Yeah, to me, what I'm seeing here is just it's an orientation issue entirely. I mean, some people have like some sort of relative, compensations that they have, but it looks like you just have a straight up anterior orientation of the pelvis, like probably even without a bar on your back. And I think that a couple things that can help you, find a better reference for being able to keep your head over your ribs, over your pelvis and not be so forward. And you don't have to do it on your top set, exclusively. You can do it on the warm-up sets, getting on the way up, is take a really, really long exhale with the bar on your back. Just like, you walk the bar out, you set your feet and just blow all your air out for like 10 seconds. You'll feel your rib cage come back. You'll feel it come down. You'll feel your weight just rock to your heels. And now you'll have a reference for, okay, in space, this is where I need to be in terms of managing my center of mass. And now I can brace against this, right? Now I'm in the position I need to be. Now I can inhale, brace, and then go. Another thing to add on to that in terms of what might be just enhancing what's going on down at the pelvis up top is what Joe was saying, where I'm not a big fan of driving elbows down for the sake of it. If you actually have that range of motion through your shoulders such that the humerus can move in the socket without the rib cage moving, that's great. But if you're sacrificing, a stable, rib cage position and stable bar placement for the sake of getting your elbows under you, you're probably going to be worse off than if you just had your elbows a little further behind the bar. They're not going to be flaring up super hard. Obviously there's a balance there. But maybe just having your elbows back where you feel like you can really pinch in the upper back and retract without your chest just getting shoved forward out over your toes. I think that would help a ton.
It's still a great squat, by the way.
Looks good.
Like the actual motion itself is awesome.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all right. So this was a YOLO. He didn't plan it, and he should have put the chips on because that would have been 400.
The starting position looks awesome. I think everything you do in the lower half looks really good.
Watch that overextension at the top.
He's legitimately never pulled sumo prior to this either.
Are you serious?
Oh, ever?
What?
It's probably been 3 years, but again, I've been lifting in a third floor apartment. So
That's surprising.
untrained.
That's very surprising to me because you look very, very comfortable and deliberate with everything you're doing in your legs.
Looks very textbook. Yeah.
Dude.
Just that
Honestly,
extension.
Guys,
top.
supposed to be roosting.
I think the most
Stop it with the bat.
I think the most valid feedback we can get would just be keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if it looks that good and it's your first time doing it in 3 years,
Yeah, it's only gonna get better.
It's only gonna get better. Yeah.
I think that, I mean, the only thing I have for you, man, I already said this, is I almost feel like you kind of kept going because you're used to how conventional feels. So as long as you can master that, you're going to be an excellent sumo puller. It kind of makes me sad that it's going to be hard for us to do that in your apartment, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's got nothing but carpet.
So my goal is to be up soon and I'll take care of my
But yeah, dude, really, really proud of you. This is just under his conventional peak too, and I think he's got some room.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Who's getting ammonia bombed? For overshooting and doing what?
That was my SI that I hurt, not my hip.
You guys hear this?
This is the final one of the charity.
Oh yeah.
This is the last ammonia bomb. Oh. Okay, this is the last ammonia bomb of the technique review. Are you ready?
Well, let's go.
Call the last one for Tim.
Tim, how many?
Too many.
I think this is into the double digits for sure.
Oh God! Love you, Isaac.
All right. Oh, that concludes the technique review. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was super fun critiquing your videos. And,
Boys and girls,
thank you guys
friends
for
of all
donating to a great
kinds,
cause.
thank you
Yeah,
so
seriously,
much
you're
for
awesome.
joining us. We are looking at Ben
Hi.
getting ready for his speed total, and then I'm just about to switch things over. Let me get my Streamlabs back. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you legitimately got some good advice outside of some of the fun and games we had there. I hope we actually gave you some good advice. Let me switch off a few microphones. Let's make sure we can hear Ben downstairs.
Whatever you guys think will flow best. Huh? I don't know what LS needs to do.
I think you both need to like warm up.
Okay.
Huh?
Let me know if you guys can hear Ben down there.
We're doing what we do.
Get this done.
Literally said,
Perfect. You can hear the king. We hear.
you're just a performer.
You guys are all athletes. I'm a stunt guy. I'm a stunt guy. We always have to lead everything with, seriously, this isn't good training practice. Don't try this at home. It's not good for
Go
you. It's
load,
not going to better your toes. Get
Shotgun,
strong first,
the
then
song.
make dumb decisions.
Please, that's new shotgun. LS is joining him for a speed total. These guys are finishing out in style. And we're going to shave Ross's beard thanks to you guys. We met that Reach donation. We're going to shave some beards up here. Derek's waiting too.
It's just we're gonna-
a lot of chin exposed here. So what are they doing? All right. We have a speed total. I'm not really sure what's going up on the squat. We have 335 pounds on the bench. We have 605 pound total bench deadlift. This, I think, is the fourth day in a row of Ben Rice deadlift. Fourth day in a row.
No. You do not know LS very well. You think he's
Like unless that shit is literally has an RTS timestamp and freaking letterhead on it, I'm not going to do it.
How many conventions are there?
Hey, who does shotgun? Who does shotgun?
Angie, who sings that?
Yeah, Stardust.
My PR is
Ben is
6 for 10.
doing another speed total for you guys for some strange reason. Ezra. It's by Ezra.
Let's go 5.
I got you, Angie. You're doing well, by the way. George Ezra. That's George Ezra. Get a little Derek booty going on.
The event name is perfect.
Oh shit. I don't know, I thought it was coming.
Yep. it's appropriate with how involved Ben has been in the stream that he's the one ending it, that they're the ones kind of finishing us out in style right now. Tell me he needs to put his bay crown on. We can do it simultaneously. So we'll have you set up here in front of that camera. We just need to put something down. Some beard hairs on the floor. So if you see that banner over there, you can expand that banner and we'll just we'll do it live. We're gonna shave some beards upstairs here. All right, LS doing a little deadlifting.
I knew it.
We'll do you, and then we'll do Derek, and then we'll do LS when he comes back. Mehar, I'm so glad you liked it, man. I'm looking at some of the numbers here. I think our unofficial count for the weekend, all donations totaled, are $24,211 roughly. That was before we had another $200 come in just an hour ago. It's unbelievable.
Hey, we have 2 clippers. Let's name each other. Well, because when Ben announced it, he said that LS and I would shave each other.
And Tavy would be the first one to cry today. It's been a pretty.
So the way I see it, we sit
I was
facing
bawling
each
after
other,
that mental health hour.
staring into each other's eyes, and shave each other.
That hit me hard. I don't know if you guys were here for that. I think you were.
It hit the chat real hard too, Bryce. I know you can comment it, but it was very interesting.
Alright guys, who's our sponsor for this? You guys get to choose one of our sponsors, so I'll throw them up on screen.
I don't think I do that to myself, but I think
Which of our sponsors is
Maybe if we do another one, Sean, we'll
Speed.
get something ready for it.
one at a time.
warm it up.
Alright.
What? And you'll see, I mean.
Cool. We're gonna I was planning on a simultaneous beard shave and speed total. We're gonna do the speed total first, then we're gonna do the beard shave. What do we have for sponsors? Alright, we got One Hund, we got Audio Spectrum, we got A7, Caffeine and Kilos, DC Blocks, Donuts and Deadlifts, Elico, Fit Genie, Gravis, Kabuki, Mark Pro,
and one of them.
Notorious Lick, Obsidian Ammonia, PR Breaker, Sour Strips, Stronger by the Day, and Virus.
I'll be riding shotgun in the hot sun, feeling like someone's.
She's been using smaller ones.
All right, we got a few A7s in the chat. Let's throw it to A7. A7
Sarah can be the shotgun queen. You get it?
Yeah.
LS, you about ready? You ready?
You just want it right on.
Nat, are we ready to just get it done? I'm asking.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna set a 5-minute timer. Huh?
Might have shaken a little baby bit.
That's the smallest, most general.
He's just so large.
Hole I could have possibly made.
Of course. All right, the caption for this is right, silly
Matt, can they hear me? Can they hear me? Should be the road audio.
They can hear him. Yeah,
The
we're
A10.
ready to go.
Hey, thank you guys. This weekend's been amazing, and you guys are amazing, and it couldn't have been done without you. This is $50 shotgun. We're gonna do a quick little speed run total. It's not gonna be anything crazy. It's gonna be a 500-ish pound squat, a 335 bench, and I'm gonna pull 605 beltless conventional. I'll use the squat warm-up as the warm-up for that, because I'm not warming up both, because I'm tired. So, this is for you. And we're gonna finish with the V8. LS is gonna come in and do some guest lifting along the way. Seriously, you guys.
Can we get
carried
LS a
this
crown real
weekend.
quick?
You're
I'm sorry, can we
amazing.
get Ben a
You have
crown?
more energy than any
I
of
think
us
there's
have
one
ever hoped
downstairs.
for.
We'll just throw a
Thank you
crown
so
on.
much. We get to do this together. Love you all.
Slam! He's pretty good at that. I mean, I would guess with as many practices he has.
Keep buying your crowns, young king.
That's for you, chat.
So you're gonna warm up with squat first?
The squat's the only thing getting warmed up. I haven't touched any of these other weights yet. It's just gonna be the squat. He's been lifting way heavier stuff all weekend, so he's squatted 733 yesterday and bench 540. So he's warming up to be safe. I'm gonna live a little bit dangerously, and as soon as we're done,
Ben's mom
you
and
guys
dad,
make
141.67 to make it an even $13,500.
So I'm gonna finish
I see
this,
what
and
you
I'm gonna
did,
drink. This
Ben's
is the
mom and
last
dad.
one.
I see what you
ever want
did.
to see one again? $10,000.
13,500
That's
even.
non-negotiable.
Thank you so much.
I'll leave it here, and I have a garbage there because this is probably going to cause problems when it hits that shot.
All right, so Angie, we're relying
Okay?
on you. We need some
I'm
songs
ready.
to put on for Ben.
I'm gonna go 6, 4.
We will absolutely tell Ben.
All right. So I'll be following up Ben, right? For squats, for the squizzles, I'll go 6 plates, 585, whatever. For bench, I'll go 4 plates, 405 or whatever. And then I'm just gonna follow him up with 605. I will not be going conventional. None of that sumo till I die. And yeah, man, that's it. But have a good time. You know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drink. It's going to be off either way.
Tim next to me is going to go shout down to let Ben know what just happened. $141.67 donated.
For what? Thank you, Mom and Dad. I can't get emotional before we do this. I'll get emotional afterwards.
Do you want you say run playing?
Huh?
You want you say
You
run?
make it happen.
Joe, make it happen.
Yeah, I already warmed up at 5. So would we be at 5 minutes so we'll get started? Is that how we're doing it?
The 5, I can put 10 or 5 minutes.
I mean, it makes sense that Ben's
You
do have a partner now.
sprung that guy on the
Yeah, they made something special with our kiddo.
So we're going to go ahead.
You know, it's interesting to me, the Equity Alliance is actually a really small organization, so I have a feeling they're going to wake up on Monday and be like, what the hell happened?
So there's some crying today. There might be some crying on Monday.
Yeah.
Here's
And I think, honestly, like, it's really cool to raise up some of these really small
Bryce, can we get a
organizations because
stop
that gives them a
motion
fighting
to
chance
go?
and some money to actually get some initiatives going. You know how it takes to start a group to get something out there. So you know they're going to put it to a good cause, and that's all thanks to you guys.
But not only that, for
you're
small shows, it can be so precise
Start.
with what they do. You know,
Okay.
less overhead, less people.
LS is going to be
Really make a
squatting. He's
difference.
going to be benching. He's going to be pulling with me. We're going to have 10 minutes to get this done. It was going to be 5 minutes, but since we're both going, we're gonna support each other in this. Sarah, can you be camera control in between? Just whoever's going is where the focus is. So we'll,
You guys
we'll
know
take
that book,
turns
Where the
after
Wild
each
Things
other.
Are? Ben reminds me of, like, the kid in Where the Wild Things Are right now.
I'm going to put 10 minutes on.
I was trying to place that crowd. That's so perfect.
We'll go, because since we're going to go back and each one of us will trade off. The main thing's going to be the squat. You're already on the other stuff.
What link? What link? Oh, SoundCloud. There
Do
it
you
is.
need to see
Okay.
it or what?
Top set
Are
song
we
for the
going to be
stream.
sweating at the same time? LS, is that rack out of
Yeah,
here?
Angie, I'm sorry, we can't.
right here.
We got Spotify only.
Yeah, you can
Unfortunately,
do
SoundCloud is not connected yet.
For that.
I
It'll be
see
back
it.
for the deadline.
I want to play it. I'm unable to play it.
When you're ready, when you feel ready to start, I'll take the first warm-up set. You guys can plate them up over there.
From Boss Baby.
No, I never saw that.
He's gonna be there.
Kid that wins a
You guys
pageant.
wait
I can
in.
see it. I can see it.
Squat warm-ups and then
If anyone in the chat has kids and you've seen Boss Baby the show, Ben is
she can
Josh. With all the same stats.
Sure.
Swolefather, we went hard on USA Run last
Is
night.
that an okay spot rack?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, well, we're going to do that then.
Why not?
So we're going to be in that
And
rack, we're
Witcher,
going to be on that
actually, thanks
bench,
to you guys.
and then we're going to be on this bar. 605's already loaded on this, so like by the time we're done with squat, we just need to finish out strong. Thank you guys
We've
again.
been wearing the cowboy costume because every time we do, Lori McDonald, one of our local gym members. Oh. All right, let's stay with Ben as we get through this speed training.
Crownstons. Mountain crowns. I do have them moved out a little bit, LS. There's a... Just to make the walkout less bumpy.
Somehow navigates the bar with the crown.
Come on, big guy.
This bottle, leopard print pants.
Maybe a little windier than you used
Dude, we've trained on everything. Don't worry.
Well, just because the clamps are pulling it out a little further.
If you knew the trash that we've trained on, my friend.
Spotters and loaders, 225 on the bar.
We were benching and squatting on a $75 bar. The sleeve broke on it. Just shattered.
Hey, Coop, I never want to squat 135 again. I'm just gonna skip it.
Wow. Yeah. Bench on that thing.
I will always remember Brandon Campbell for that.
The knurlings are smooth and uneven. That was the bar we had.
225. 225.
Trash bar that we have comes apart.
Those travel bars.
Yeah. 350 up.
Yep.
We're on a minute and a half.
Isaac, it hurts so bad. My quads are still sore from it.
My quads are anything. They're so pumped up for that damn burpee clean front squat event.
Still?
Yeah.
This is just for you guys. This is for show. This is for fun. This is the cap off. This is the cherry on the top of an epic weekend.
This song is brutal. I feel like I'm in an epic.
It's an.
Oh,
this
you're
is
doing
like
something.
the anime hype song.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I feel like it's the same one from last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it.
There's another version?
Down for.
Oh, that's my bad. We are insulting so many viewers right now.
You guys are going in for him. Thank you so much.
I know, last
He's gonna
night,
see
Brent
this.
and I were like,
We're saving these videos.
help us out.
Bring it on, kids! Come on! Emotes! Emotes in the hype chat! Let's go! I can't feel my quads anymore. They stopped working yesterday.
They look like they're still working.
We don't need quads. We have glutes.
All right.
We're going full hip extension on this.
They're gonna be good mornings.
Yeah, good. Just good morning.
Definition of a showman right there.
Making a great time.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we got 2 lifts to go.
It's 11:24.
on,
So this
Alex.
is Ben's normal training time.
The greatest showman from Untamed Flame. Even does the singing.
So this one and the next one is the first one.
This might be. Well, it's once I finish the squat, I hit a
See that
singles and I
Sweet
move to
Pete
the bench.
spends some channel
LS
points
might
in
do
the
the
hype
one.
reversed.
I'm gonna do this one. We're going. This is going.
No,
And
but is
other
this like you're
I'll
starting?
see if this is.
Well spent.
Okay.
I'll see if this one's there. Now that I got LS, we got 10 minutes on the clock. We're just posting this. We're just posting the biggest total we feasibly can in this time. Squats take the longest. Because I'm not gonna go up from that bench. I'm not gonna go up from that conventional dead.
Same. Why not? The bench. Yeah.
You go up from the
Angie,
bench.
my
You
East
get
Coast
them.
time, staying up.
Angie, you are the best staying with our boy Ben. Thank you so much. Stephanie Trick, Jen, Coop, Mini Action Jesus, Ricey, Untamed, the whole squad is here. Swolefather, I see you. What's up, Zen?
So you guys have been living in this chat.
Nice job.
Isaac, next week we probably get to have spectators, which is going to take this thing to an entire other level.
All right, LS.
Here we go.
We're going with the Dennis Cornelius snowshoe method.
I want to get you guys all out here
Is that how you
next
squat
time.
900?
I think that's the rule. 900 and just being a height beast.
Damn, you're special.
You'll go more.
You know what? Give it another plate. 585. I'll do 585.
Wait.
Are you going?
Keep that in weight. The reps look exactly the same.
Me too.
That's not 6 like that.
Heck,
Shit.
Daddy. Wait.
Maybe next year,
Do not try this at home or ever. We're 5 minutes in.
What? That's like no, he's that's what I'm talking about. He said, something around 5.
We only get one. This is our last chance. This is our last chance to do this. We all go home.
Archaic Soda, hey, how's it
We
going?
gotta cut these off afterwards.
You came back at the right time.
Came back to another speed total.
Yours too, big guy. All right, stay with Tom.
Yep, we're with you.
It's late, there's lifting, it's Ben.
Come on!
You got LS to join him.
585 pounds on the bar.
Come on. Come on.
Ricey, cheer for your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Good.
What do we have in him today? Is he going up to 635?
It's faster than the delay.
Going with this for now.
Got him up on several screens here.
All right.
He's blowing through this.
Let's go, big man. Let's eat.
All right.
All right, LS. LS maxed out his squat yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Honestly, all the days run together. At this point.
All right, big guy.
Yeah, it was yesterday. This has been an absolute blur.
I think we've been here
Gotta
for
make it happen now. 6 plate day.
Countless.
585 from empty bar to 585 in less than 7 minutes.
To be honest, I'm excited to get home, but at the same time,
More than you got
I'm
it.
sad to leave.
All day.
Put a little pizzazz up on that screen. Forgot about our pizzazz.
Flair.
All right,
I got
Sarah,
13 pieces of flair, Bryce.
335 on the bench, 3 minutes left. You guys get ready. Ellis is gonna need some more weight.
It's all good. It's all we got.
Well, Crown's coming off. It's getting
Let's go
serious.
before I'm ready to get that. No, he's good. He's good. There you go. Perfect.
Moving to deadlift. Conventional for a change. LS doesn't exactly know what he is. He's for sure a 105 right now. Sometimes he competes as a 93. One time he competed as an 83. And he also competes as a 105. Certainly right now he's 105.
That was not improved.
Yo, I need one single person to go follow our Instagram account at Lift Together, the number 4 charity. We have 999 followers. 999 followers. We need one more.
Conventional.
Give me that follow. Let's go, Ben.
Yeah, here we go.
Come on, Ben. Last one.
Come on. Go, 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 go.
Oh, it's beautiful. There is your speed total.
Finish up. 8.5 in. You got 90 seconds.
Ellis has not gone.
90 seconds to finish it off strong.
I'm used to that. We have to take these things off all the time.
Let's go, LS.
Big finish.
Last lift of the weekend.
Let's see. Finish strong.
I do have 3 Instagrams.
We broke it. We're at 1,002 followers. Isn't it like 12 a.m.? Yes, it's 11:29 p.m. right now. We're 30 minutes out. All right. 6:05 sumo. And our boys finish off an epic weekend.
You asked the chat.
Not before.
Ever had, but the cheapest one you'll ever have access to again.
Both of you guys hit that courtesy.
Let's go, Ben.
A swag boy. A swag boy.
A what?
A swag boy.
Let me finish this and I'll swag boy through the pain. Love you
We
all,
got you,
even
Angie.
the ones who
Here
did
comes
this
that
to me.
V8.
Do we have a trash can?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Can we get it closer?
Your monster. Ben does not.
This is $900.
Oh boy.
It took $900 to make this happen.
Just why?
Hold it down, big guy. Hold it down. Come on. Hold it down.
Keep it down, Ben. Keep it in.
I love you even when I'm mad at you.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, he needs the nutrition at this point.
Thank you, Ben's chat. Wow. You guys have been amazing.
Ben, stop lifting.
All right, just because you said, now I'm done.
I don't know if you guys could hear that over the mic, but someone's shouting out to stop lifting, which has been the mantra from all the lifters over the last hour.
The beard stuff? That should be
They've all seen the tremendous effort that he's put in,
Right, like right there.
and they all respect it.
Yeah,
They want
like
to
outside.
protect them.
It's made of, I swear that's made
That was dry cough. Don't worry, that was dry. All right, what is going on with this picture here? Can you guys see me? Can you see a picture of the chat?
Hey, Dan, you want to grab my cord one last time?
Doesn't mix well with the monster.
There we go. All right, we're good. Hello to you guys. I'm back. We're setting up a camera outside now so we can shave some beards. This is the 11th hour literally right now, and we're gonna shave. Hi guys, good to see you guys. Man, I miss Twitch. For real, I miss Twitch. I miss the energy, being hyped as I'm lifting. It's so good. I'm gonna get back to doing some kind of streams, man. I really enjoyed that. So I hope you guys will join me at some point, and I'm gonna use this wonderful computer and put it to good use. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm shaving beards. Oh, never mind. It's my clippers.
Bryce's blades.
Two-stroke. I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
You guys. All right. Enough of me for now. Let's get back to some big beards.
Say that, Minnie. I did not say that. I did not say that.
Mini Action said I can grow a big wizard beard. Oh, then I can fulfill my mage fantasies, and I can cast spells in real life. Natalie would love that.
Did you get a portrait of Derek too?
No. If you want me to, I can.
I mean, you took a before portrait of Rockstar.
I
Let's
did.
get some audio on
I
this,
mean,
guys.
and I have a lot of photos of Derek lifting.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time.
Did you see the one I recently posted?
Here's to
Derek?
you, and
Dude,
hoping I
he
still
had
have a
such
girlfriend when I
epic
get back home. That's not
crazy about this week. There's been so much epic stuff that you almost lose some of it in the wash.
Turn back against time. That's what I told her. And see if that's enough. Oh,
yeah.
Who are we waiting on? Let's go. We can't keep these Twitchers waiting too long. We gotta go. Not let them chat crazy, man.
Ta-da! I'm back.
I mean, if that would be a grid thing, would be the more cleans and fronts.
Huh? Oh yeah. Watch me. Watch
I mean, you
me
should
eat
have
a
done a
pizza.
21:59 just to be consistent.
A pizza that's been sitting out for 6 hours.
All right, we shaving some beards or what?
Cobbler that's fucking 30 hours.
We gotta get some beards going. Nah.
Everything is just
We gotta start
congealed into
shaving.
one mass of
It's me.
Recent.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with Benny. I will be
butter
shaving.
separated. And it's just
That's the worst.
Layer
Wow.
cake, man.
Well, what's John say? Oh, yeah, you still wearing that?
Hi there. We did it. We did it. Now we're doing the last thing. We're finishing strong. You guys are amazing. Jesus, I forgot how bad those hurt. Mom, Dad, thank you so much for putting us up.
You want to explain to Ben's followers
To
why it says that?
$13,500 for this particular charity, on top of the over 4,000 we raised for the other charity today. That puts us at least like 7,000. These last 2 days have been absolutely stellar, and it's been 100% because of the support from you guys. Thank you so much.
He's busy. Yeah, stitching cord.
You guys are great. So we got some pretty special things happening right now. You're gonna see. These are not like, if I told you I was gonna shave my beard for something, then you'd be like, okay, that's gonna be back in 2 weeks. Those two guys have been growing these. They are a part of their identity. Derek's girlfriend heard me say on the first day, hey, if we get like $5,000 in the next 2 days, that we're shave your beard, and she just called him and said, no, please, because it's such a thing that's like connected
You don't
to
want to
him.
get too close or you're next.
No, I'm just.
And I seriously don't think that. I don't think Ross has ever had a chin. I think he was born with that
Ellis,
beard.
there's a cord right here.
I'll show you. Now that it's taped up and safe, I'll show you this.
Right here.
We still have their audio on down there, right? Okay, just making sure. We're still waiting on deciding about your beard. Yeah, I'll go home and shave it. It's no problem. I trim it every week down to you guys don't even notice. You pretend like you do, and you don't. This would be like 2 weeks of growth. Me threatening to shave my beard is not much. Derek's beard is part of his Lion King mane, and he's sacrificing that for the cause. Ross, like I said, has never not had a beard. He was
Where are we going?
conceived, fully follicled.
I don't. Where are they? I'm not sure that I.
Then we notice everything. Okay, you just keep it perfect secrets, silly biscuits. Thank you guys for hanging through.
What are you
I know
talking
these
about?
have
You're
been
not sure you're
long
ready for
days.
this.
Why don't you and LS do
You
each
guys are
other?
gonna see the most sketchy situation. That right there is the hair splash zone. If you don't want to get, snippy bits.
We should definitely.
All along.
Should hit me with that one instead of this one.
Bryce with his princess crown.
That'll hurt a little less.
Not the prince crown this time.
But LS,
Oh, because that's Natalie's
LS should
crown.
have
That's
his
why.
own razor be used on him. That means this has to get used on me.
I have my 4 down by the squat rack. Do I get a freebie or are you taking that one?
LS has the heebie-jeebies about it.
What a special weekend.
You want to
Match the weekend donation. Or the week.
Hold up. Before
24.
Yeah, the combination of this plus the V8 is
We have a
oh, that is.
Tim.
That is interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna have to back up a little bit.
Do you want an ammonia bomb right now?
my tool.
$25. Let's do it.
Where's my device?
LS.
LS.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm actually gonna get
I
emotional.
don't really know what I'm
about
doing.
Ross. This is.
Sit, hold on. Grab a
Oh,
chair
dear
and sit
Lord.
down.
He'll fix it. Just get the general.
Is he gonna be okay?
General idea.
Is anything gonna be okay?
Go down the middle.
Fuck you, Sean.
Like that?
This is
First? Down the middle?
this is a
You
sad
want me to do it, Sean?
a sad moment for a good thing.
Oh, God.
Ross is
Okay,
hoping-
she went straight down the middle. All right, I think it's done.
We're in.
He's ready.
We're committed. That's a chin. It does exist. I didn't realize it first.
Definatrix, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Leave it. Give him a, what do they call it? A handlebar. Yeah. Give
Yeah,
him
we
a
worked our
handlebar.
butts off.
This has
Late
been
nights,
a-
early mornings.
A long,
Yeah. Give him a
fruitful
handlebar.
weekend
Oh, God, that's so much hair.
for sure.
Oh no.
Can you guys hear Bryce when he talks to the microphone?
You guys
He
should be
already
able to
looks
hear
like a
me.
different person. I've never
Should be in
seen
that same
his
audio
chin.
source, the ATEM audio.
Wait, you had to post
he's
you
so
what,
much-
like, back in
Thank
the
you,
day,
Angie.
like, when I met
Oh yeah, I've always had hair on my chin.
Good, just making sure.
At a minimum.
So the story behind this
Lord of the
is Ross has been trying to
So I pull
advocate
that,
for some
yeah,
mental
there you
health things. He was
you
really,
can
really,
see
really passionate
Man, we got like 16
about
grill pads in the ground now.
the mental health conversation that he was going to have. And he asked us on day one,
fact that
he
his
said,
face is so
hey,
pale."
if
Oh, yeah,
If
you're
you
gonna
guys
have
think
tan-
it
you're
could
gonna have
help.
tan lines.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a
If-
beard line.
during that mental health hour, that 1
That is
hour,
awesome.
if we can get
Give us a nice straight
so
line.
that I will
yeah,
match
there you
every
go.
donation coming in
straight,
up to
like
$1,000,
right there.
and if someone then
Hold on.
and if someone then
matches that $1,000, then I will be willing to shave my beard, because that'll be enough of a difference to really help, especially if it's going for suicide prevention. And so we Natalie immediately said, "I'll match it if you do it." And today we raised $2,175 in that hour. And so that charity received his matched 1,000, Natalie's matched 1,000, over $4,000 raised in a single hour while we were talking about mental health, and had all these amazing athletes being open. Oh my goodness.
Brother. Hell yeah, brother.
He's going to go home and his little girl's not going to recognize him, but she's going to appreciate what he did, and he's going to be able to share a pretty special story. Goodness gracious. The Fu Man. That is an incredible Fu Man right there.
Here it is, the final reveal.
Oh, goodness. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. He's got a good-shaped head.
Yeah. He's got good bone structure. Is that a jawline?
Hell
I don't
yeah,
think he's had a
such
jawline before. Oh, and it's a svelte one. I don't know what he was hiding behind that thing. Oh, man.
That's one sick jawline, brother.
Gotta do it for the kids, brother.
Wow. Are we taking the mustache, too?
That's a good look. That's a good look. That's dapper. He looks like a 50s era boxer right now.
Mm-hmm.
He could do some fisticuffs.
Ross, give us the fisticuffs, you 50s boxer, you! Give us the old fisticuffs pose, like a 50s boxer. He looks heckin' dapper.
That's a good look.
Yeah.
Hey!
Okay, he pulls it off. He pulls it off. There we go. Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
So I learned.
That's gotta be so weird. That's gotta feel so weird. Oh man, he's gonna sleep tonight. He's gonna lean his head forward, and he's not gonna know what to do with himself. He's gonna think that his head's gone or something.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Ross, put it back. Put it back on.
Oh no, a possum has entered the. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a small woodland creature that passed through our barricade there of the tape, just completely ignoring all signs of protocol. But it was just the hair from his previous face, which is now a new phase.
We're taking LS now.
We're gonna go LS, and I don't know if we have two clippers, but LS offered to shave his beard at $4,000. Derek is going to take the bottom half of the mane.
Now,
can they shave each other? Do we have two clippers?
We do have two clippers. I brought mine.
Oh, okay.
It's down there.
And we know Bryce's is good because he is a dapper lad always. He keeps it well kempt.
Thank you.
As they say.
Okay, lovingly shaving each other's beard. I hope this is like one stroke at a time.
I don't know, but we're in it to win it now. Gino's beard is already gone. It's hidden by the mask, but you can see lines on the side of his face. We met that. That was the $3,000. That was the first beard to go because Gino was ready to be rid of it. Derek said, "I want to make sure that if I lose this thing, it was for a really, really good cause, and that we really made a difference." And I think that I feel very confident saying that we did make a difference.
I'm gonna put it on them, but I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
All right, I need you to record this whole thing. It's straight. It's a time lapse.
Yeah, Ross looks good. I don't know what that. I mean, I understand that a beard becomes part of your identity, but he's an attractive, dapper lad.
Thank you so much.
Here we go. The bottom half of the lion's mane. This is historic.
Wow.
That is sensual? That is loving for sure.
Yeah, it's caressing right now.
Yeah. Grow a beard like
taking
that.
his time
You
with
guys
it.
don't want to see it on me. I don't have the cuticles. I'm getting too gray. You guys are stressing me out too much out here making me drink V8 on purpose.
Ben, you've entirely sacrificed your body. Did you see our stream titles?
I saw the stream title, you silly bee. Oh man. Getting a little too descriptive. I think not descriptive enough. Oh, we're going with the partial Fu Man. So for those of you who don't know, I didn't know Derek before this weekend.
I didn't either.
He is an absolute. He wasn't signed up for things. A lot of people came out and actually didn't come out. A lot of people that we had signed up for this bailed at the last minute, and Derek has been doing some incredible things that absolutely were not asked of him. This man squatted 860 pounds. This man deadlifted 925 pounds on a trap bar on less than 6 hours notice. We let them know the morning of, hey, we need people to do the trap bar deadlift. Will you do it? And Derek said, I'm going to do it because it's for a good reason. It's a good cause. And all the stupid stuff that I've been doing this weekend, he's been hanging out, loading plates, calling times for me, and making it so that the chances of me dying are even lower. This guy
he's
has been
100%
sacrificing
involved.
his time, his energy, and his effort for this cause. He really believes in it. And I know for a fact that if we ever get a chance to do this again, which we may not, this might be the only time that we get to do this. How many times do we have a global pandemic cutting off all meaningful meets for a year plus, right? There's no guarantees in this life. There's no guarantees that this kind of a thing gets to happen again. But if it does, I know for a fact we're going to want Derek to be there because this guy is giving everything he has, including half of his Kingly Lion's mane. If anybody wants to eke out another $10 and get a crown for the frickin' King of the Jungle, who has been out here just lifting weights that are absurd, I would love to be able to do that for him. Oh, man.
I don't want to see
Oh,
it. Don't
man.
show me.
You look good. You look good, Derek. You're a cute boy still.
Who is that in the car?
Who
I
is
can't
that?
tell.
I don't even know.
Oh, it's a ride.
Oh, is that for... That's for... Okay, that's the Uber for Michael and the missus. No, for Marcellus and Michael. Michael's there too, because Jasmine's the missus, and she's already gone home. I'm gonna hug. You wanna come down here and say bye to the stream? We got Mr. Tim Thibodeau.
Come on in here.
The nose torque.
I think you had by far the most ammonia bombs.
Sacrificial lamb.
We can probably
You
arrange
hear that, Obsidian Ammonia? Look for your boy.
There we go.
And we got Mr. Joe TSA giving away a free program. Soda with the crown. Can we get a crown made for Derek that says King of the Jungle? Please. Or let me see if you had an actual thing written there. Timoniminoa.
Get that man a crown.
And Mr. LS. Huh? Yep, crown for him. Get a marker.
Guys, I think I speak for Tim when I say thank you for letting us participate.
Thank you for doing so much.
To everyone out there, it was an absolute blast.
Oh, my salt and pepper's gone, dude.
I hope so too.
So many years of worry just gone.
Great causes.
That's a year?
So thank you to everybody.
Thank
you to everybody who donated. It was really, really awesome. To see
He's saying thank you. They can't hear you. There you go.
come together. It was really, really awesome. So thank you.
Huh? King of the Jungle. He lost half his mane, but he is still the Lion Emperor of Lift 2020 by far.
90
Huh?
something.
Oh, you went against it. Oh, what a
Guys, goodbye. We fly early in the morning.
Oh, dude, thank you so much for coming out.
When's your shuttle leave? All the way?
It all sticks to itself.
It's cheaper.
Pull it out.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Well, safe travels, friends. I'm gonna hug you too. LS is losing. I think he's gonna grow that back in like 2 weeks. Anybody not have a crown? Give Ross a crown. If you have a crown for Ross, he got a gold medal today, but he could use a crown too. On your way out, if you just give that to Derek and say King, and tell him that we really, really, really appreciate him. He's still a king to us. Derek, yep. You might not recognize him because he's only half the mane remains. I'm gonna give you boys a hug. Love you, brother. Drive safe. Say hi to Ambi for me. I would love. We'll figure that out for sure. Tim, get over here. We also have a crown for LS. What do you want that crown to say, Soda?
He doesn't look happy about this, guys. I'm seeing LS right now. He's either
Rather be
contemplating
safe.
this or he's staring
talk later.
into your soul.
Thank you for everything.
I think he's staring into your soul right now. He knows it's for charity.
Oh. He acted.
It wasn't even that long. This will grow back in like
that beard's gonna
1
be
month.
back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be easy. He gave that away for 4K. Derek's the one who put it on 6K, and we ended up hitting 10.
Okay.
This seemed like a good idea until I saw that donation clicker just go.
I tried to offer a beard shaving incentive once, and people were like, "No, don't do it." They're like, "We'll pay for you to not."
Did he? He worked hard on that beard?
It goes so weird. Did I what?
S. Hoover is saying he worked really hard on that beard.
I bet.
Just
It'll
don't
be
take
back.
don't take the rat tail and we're good to
It'll
go.
be back. This is the LS I remember. This is when I first met LS. He was still down there. Amber, thank you very much for giving us your Taco Bell money. Oh my gosh.
You guys are doing great. Much love. Right on a
And-
crown for anyone who doesn't have one. Amber, thank you so much for
We
that
got one coming
donation.
for LS. We need to figure out what it's gonna say.
Crowns for anyone
feel
who
like-
doesn't have one.
I feel like we've been well crowned. You know who I don't think has gotten one yet? I don't know if Sarah's gotten a crown. And she
Sherry needs a
has
crown.
been
Yes, she's been working
phenomenal.
very
She has
hard.
been my shotgun preparation queen this entire time. Oh man,
I'm
they look
getting that
so
crown
good.
going. I'll be
They
right
look
back.
good. LS looks young. Like they all don't look bad. Like Ross looks dadgum dapper. LS looks like he is now a juniors or open lifter again. And Derek just looks great. This is not Natalie out here. I'll let him know. We have a sneaky Daniela Mello and Sean Noriega donning their masks once again as they go off into the COVID-infested world, away from our safe place where we've been getting our temperatures tested on a daily basis. Did you get to say hi to Danny, Angie? Did you get to? Oh my gosh. Derek's just going through an existential crisis right now. Oh man.
Someone gives me 10 G's, I'll shave my head.
Oh, that was an adorable crowning ceremony. You guys haven't really gotten a chance to see as much of Sarah as she deserves to be seen. She's been running around like crazy behind the scenes, as well as D-Pad Tony. They've been runners. They've been doing anything and everything we've asked them to do, often with short, stressful tones. They look good. They look good. I mean, I understand the emotional stress, but they do not look bad. And we're walking out as Sean and Danny go off into the wild world of the East Coast once again. Joe and Tim heading out. We're doing it, Bryce. We did the thing. We made it happen. We had no idea how this was going to go. A year ago, Bryce called me and said, hey, how about this idea? And I said, I don't know, but we can try it. LS called Bryce, said, how about this thing? Bryce said I had the same idea. And now it's a thing, and it's real, and it's been real, and it's coming to an end. Look at all that effort that is walking away and leaving us. We love you all! God, Ross looks different, but still good. That's just unfair. I wish that I could make a change like that and have it immediately be a good, a good thing.
Thank you so much for all the donations, guys. We're probably at close to $25,000 right now. It's it's really crazy. No, Nat's been doing some math over here as well.
I'll put that away. Don't you shame me about that. This is how I first met LS. The
LS,
junior lifter.
You wanna come say goodbye to the
looking
stream?
here. Honestly, you look like they shaved like 15 years off you, sir.
Here,
Sir, that's your vertebrae. LS did not have any need to jump in on that stupid stuff. I'm young, dumb, and silly biscuits.
Man.
And he threw that in for free because he felt like he hadn't done enough today.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's a silly thing to feel.
Well, I mean, you always want to do a little bit more. You know what I mean? Kind of one of the coolest things that, especially from yesterday, was when you're in the middle of it. When you were in the middle of it, you were in it, and you kept yelling out, "It's bigger than me! It's bigger than me!" That was powerful, man. And that chat was ripping and running. people were gunning and just donate and donate and donate, man. And the cool thing is, we were actually able to do so much in terms of, reaching out to these charities beforehand. So they had an idea that, something's coming our way. They really didn't know how much rather, but they knew something was coming our way. Equity Alliance, however, they do not know. They have no clue that that this money is coming their way. And
to shock them with what,
dude,
$13,000?
imagine the surprise on their faces when they go to that account and they see that bad boy is caked up. Not because of us, but because of you guys. So, I mean, there's something to be said about a giving spirit, about a cheerful heart, and about people that want to help other people, and we just happen to be able to be those people and be around one another and feed off of one another, man. And at the end of the day, it's all love. I said all the time, it's really just all love, man. And whew, dude, if we could get a video of their reaction, that'd be amazing. But at the same time, I think, that feeling just knowing, like, we did something, man. And that's what it feels like, I mean, and from going from it being a thought, and a bunch of notes that we took, it individually, actually, not even knowing that the other one had this type of idea, this not 1 month ago. This is like, at least for me, it was like a year and a half that I've been thinking about, I want to do something like that. And I'm sure it had to be at least a year for you, because Bryce is the planner of all planners. So I think it's just awesome, like, being able to link up, in June and then July, like, let's do this for real. And then from there, we just hit the ground running, and there was no looking back. And then how fast time flew by from literally mid-July to, oh, crap, it's the first day of September.
Oh, like on the first day of September when I was like, we have in our calendar that we're going to publish a schedule today.
Yep.
That means we're 2 weeks out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, uh-oh.
I can tell you this straight up, absolutely no lie. I was more nervous being a week out from this than I have been for any meet that I've ever gone. You know what I mean? And
Well, any meet that you ever go to is about, like, it's you performing at a thing.
Yeah.
This is what
big.
we keep saying.
It's
this
bigger.
is bigger than
It's
us.
bigger
This
than
matters more than any meet performance, because you always have another meet performance, and
Yeah.
if it doesn't go the way you want it to.
Exactly.
That's just you. And we have a powerful community behind us that is supporting us. We have powerful causes that we are supporting ourselves and trying to be the main focus of this. And I feel like we did it justice. I feel like we can walk away with pride that we gave what we had, and sometimes a little bit more.
And even more so, we have something to build off of. Like, we literally have something to build off of, and it's, I mean, I'll be a little. Some of it's selfishness. I will admit straight up. A little selfish part of me is like, those are the people that I don't say doubted the event, but those people that, there's other things I would rather do than to go to this. Awesome. I hope they're kicking themselves in the foot. Like, I really should have been a part of that.
This was an
I really should have
opportunity
been a
to do
part of that.
something
Even down to those, like, man. I mean, maybe, but that just seems like it's going to be kind of whack. And here we are 4 days later. As weird as it is, part of me doesn't want it to end because I don't want to part ways from my friends. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm excited, honestly, for time to fly by so we can come back next year and have a bigger, better, more efficient, more funny, and probably more sets from Ben. But it couldn't have been done without you guys. I'll say it over and over and over again. It could not be done without you guys.
You look good, Derek. You don't.
Oh, Derek's
it
face.
might feel weird, but you look good.
Yeah, you look good. You look healthy. You look
LS looks young. Ross looks like a 50s era boxer.
He's like, put him up.
You do not look 80. No, you look like a majestic lion.
You just look like you look like a college freshman getting ready to. Yeah, that's. Yeah. He's 80 years old.
You not look 80. You look good.
You look like your first name.
You got a jawline,
like your first
sir.
name's Topher.
You're a super heavyweight with a jawline. There's not a lot
Looks
of
like you
people
like the
who can say that.
longboard.
He says he looks 80. He doesn't
It
look
look like
80.
you like to eat hummus.
That is the lion behind the Lion King of the jungle himself.
Oh man, but yeah, but again, guys, I mean, I mean, we've said it a lot, man. But I mean, she's here. We can say it right now. Like this would not have happened without Natalie. Straight up, I say what I say, and I mean it.
Natalie and Sarah behind
Natalie
the
and
scenes
Sarah
were
were
killing it.
absolutely. I mean, if ever, like I guess the fingers are a part of the glove. They were definitely the glove that held us together. Like if we did not have them, this would not have happened. This thing, honestly, I'll be on complete 100 with you. At least our union, Bryce and myself, it would not have happened had it not been for Natalie. Yep. She put that part together. That's for sure. And so I mean, I guess we can give Bryce a little bit of credit, but you know what they say about every great man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, there's a stronger one with a higher wills. Anyways, so I feel like we really. Who are you?
Got it. Get all the. You can't even. You can't. There's nothing there anymore. It's just a chiseled jawline.
But yeah, I think, and that's actually cool. Like Tina's like, I expected more trolls in the chat. We did too. But that's the dope part, man. Like, I mean, in any other event, any other thing, there's this hella trolls just ready to pounce. And I mean, even the trolls recognize this was something good.
We had good energy throughout.
Yeah,
and
really good
sometimes
energy,
you want to
man.
poo-poo on it. But
And I will say, I don't know if you have your community has a name or nicknames or whatever, but Ben's people, dude.
I'm part of it, so it's not.
I'll be completely 100. I had no clue. And I told him last night, man, we had like an hour-long chat, and I thought we were going to get arrested at one point.
Hey, the cops rolled up on us.
Yeah, they got rolled up on by the cops.
Oh, man.
And a party bus. And we're sitting having a conversation, man, and I said it a couple times, like I had no idea that like Twitch community was like that. But then, I mean, he reminded me that the community that you guys are so, every community is different, but for the most part, you guys reflect one another. You guys have similar energies, man. And if you guys are, if he's an indicator of the community, then by all means, I need to get me one of those. I need to get me some Ben people, dude. I was hyped watching you guys.
Well, half of them are your mods now, so you got them on there.
Hey, so yeah, man. And I appreciate you guys coming to my lowly, boo-boo little channel and making me feel like one of the big boys for 4 days. It felt good.
LS officially got his affiliate invitation yesterday, so he met the requirements as probably one of the highest viewer affiliate accounts to ever stream for 7 days. So yeah, it's kind of a big way to splash it out.
I feel like if they could test me for streamroids, I definitely wouldn't pass.
you got maybe a little bit.
I came out of nowhere. But again, that's it's. I mean, it was a lot of give and take. You know what I mean? There was there's stuff that needed to be done. Well, I have a channel, you have a channel. Well, let's use your channel. Well, I have a computer, you have a computer. You know what? Let's use your computer. Well, I can get this, you get this. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like everything that we tried to piece together, which is crazy because a lot of this stuff is legit pieced together. There's no like, all right, we have a budget for this, that, and this, that. Like we literally used our own personal equipment. We went out, paid our own money and bought a lot of this stuff. And let's be honest, I think in our heart of hearts, we felt like this was going to be an investment in the future anyway. So the down to like the switcher. I mean, we got a stream deck that Ben brought. Like, I mean, everything is we personally brought our stuff together to make this happen. We have monitors on monitors. Not one of them matches, but all of them work. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. We don't necessarily have to match, but we all work. And I mean, I don't know, man. I think that's been the coolest part, just watching how people like, there's a hole over there. Let me go fill it. You know what? There's coffee that needs to be made. Let me go. I'll do the coffee.
Yeah, let's talk about LS's like the volunteers, the buddies that LS brought too.
Man, they went hard.
Tony and Derek.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Natalie's saying kind of what we already mentioned, that Tony and Derek came up and stepped up. When we were doing the beard thing, I went into all the Tony or like that Derek did. Tony was running back and forth. Anything we asked him to do, he was constantly, "Hey, do you guys need something? Do you need food?" I'm on the chat, checking all sorts of things. And he was just, if we ever needed something, you just yell, "Tony!" and he'd run up here.
Tony would go. Yeah.
He would. One of the biggest issues we had, one of the biggest challenges we had, was finding ways to communicate from all over this gym with all these people, with all these different timelines going.
Yeah,
and
man.
Tony, Sarah, and Natalie basically made that possible. Walkie-talkies are definitely a requirement. Like, if they're like, hey, we're doing this again, are there walkie-talkies? If yes, then okay.
And it's crazy because Tony he owns a very successful business. Very successful. He owns a gaming store, and it's putting GameStop out of business in our town. Like, he is. So he's a very hardworking man, and he wanted to be a part of it. And I told him about it. He said he thought it was special, and that was it. Like, I'm about it, and that was it. So Tony, I know you're watching, dude. I love you. I appreciate everything you've done. Obviously, I mean, you guys know Derek now. If you didn't know who he was, well, you know who he is now. I was kind of able to sneak him in through the back door to kind of not only showcase his skills, but it was what he was doing behind the scenes, man. It was probably as impressive as anything. He just anything you asked him to do, he would do it. I mean, he just get it done. So I mean, it's just awesome to have people willing to just put others first in order to get the job done. So I obviously, Ben, I appreciate you. Bryce, my brother, I've told you a million times, honestly, since we met, how much you mean to me. So I mean,
we're like the same person.
Yeah, yeah, man. Bryce is what I would be if I were a super organized person, I think. Well, God, we always got a hater in the room.
Natalie has some contesting opinions about the super organized.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Like I said, it's there's only so many thank yous and I love yous and thanks for being here that one can say aside from like what, see you next year. Let's make it bigger, better, badder. Let's find more charities, more people to help. There's so many things out there that are near and dear to our hearts, man. And possibly we can open up a poll of some charities that you guys might think that would be awesome for us to try to raise money for. And it doesn't mean that we have to just spend on two. We can find multiple charities. I mean, if we have a community like this that's willing to help raise money for whatever the cause is, dude, why not make it something sustainable that we can share the wealth with as many people as possible? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird to feel this happy but be this tired.
It's an exhaustion.
Yeah.
I think it'll hit us all. We're gonna. I mean, you guys will go back home and you'll probably feel it a little bit tonight because you're already home. When you get back to Texas, when I get back to Washington, we're gonna probably all crash pretty hard.
They were saying we're gonna have some video game and singing streams for quite a while.
Well, at least for 2 days. We're not lifting on Monday or Tuesday. Sorry, guys. We're gonna relax. We're just gonna hang. We're gonna because I fly in tomorrow and we'll figure. Yeah, Tina. We're not playing marbles now, Angie. No. Stop it.
What is marbles?
Marbles is something you don't need to even worry about. Everyone always wants it until you play it, and then suddenly they get all sassy that they're not winning
I need to know what marbles
anymore.
is. Guys, I'm what is marbles? I don't know what this is about. Bryce, do you know what marbles is?
I don't.
I will explain it to you guys.
From what's his name? Grand Pooh Bear, the streamer. That's one of his little catchphrases.
You guys, I need to know what this marbles is that you speak of. Apparently, they like marbles.
Even your parents like marbles.
I know. Everybody loves marbles.
wanna know
Until
what
we
this
play it, then you all...
Which one is Ben's
Chaplain Rice.
My dad's Chaplain Rice and my mom is Ricey 57.
I need to...
Hi, guys. Hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, let's listen to Sarah, guys. I need to be...
Nice, amazing human.
Oh, man.
I will explain to you guys later what marbles is. It is definitely, for one, we'd have to download a bunch of stuff. We're not equipped to play it right now. No Fall Guys. Stop it. Go. Stop. Thank you so much for hanging out with the charity. It's been a great time. It's been wonderful.
We're gonna go clean up.
Yeah, man.
We do need to get cleaned up. It is late here. I have to be in my shuttle in 9 hours. And I don't know when are you heading out?
I start driving tomorrow, man.
You driving?
Yeah, I drove here.
What? Oh.
You never know if you need another car.
That's.
I'm being honest. Like you never know if you.
Says don't oversleep in the morning.
I won't. I don't need to be energized at all tomorrow because I don't have to lift anything.
And what is Fall Guys? Tina, don't shame
I will
me
explain
because I
so
don't
many
know.
things to you guys once we're out of the stream. We don't need to go into it right now.
But yeah, man.
You guys stop abusing their curiosity for your own entertainment, you little turds.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You guys, I would say that I would say from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys so very much. Love you from the bottom of my heart, and I absolutely mean that. I throw the word love around a lot because I have a lot of it to give. You guys are absolutely amazing. Ben, my man, I love you. Bryce, my brother, as always, I love you. Natalie, you know I absolutely adore you. Sarah, you are very much so loved. I appreciate you. And every one of you guys out there that decided to give this thing a shot, stick around and donate and raise money and share the word. You guys are absolute rock stars. Thank you guys very, very much. Live Together 2020, day 4 is over. It's an absolute wrap.
See you guys next time. We'll make some announcements of how much came in. But thank you guys for everything. Love you dearly. Have a
Love you
great
guys.
night. Be good people. Do things that are bigger than yourself. You just proved that you can. Good night. Do I have this one?
Yeah. Transition.
I can't stand when I hear people say, well, my vote don't matter. If it don't matter, then why do they lynch us for it? Why are they out here trying to keep us away from voting? Have we thought about this? Why do they work so hard since the beginning of time, since the beginning of this country, to keep black people, especially black people, from our full citizenship? Because when I think about us wanting to just be, I keep hearing people say, well, I just want to be treated equal. Like, just stop killing us. We want to be treated equal. Well, the one place we equal is in the ballot box. Bill Gates got 1 vote, you know what I'm saying? And I got 1 too. And so we just trying to put folks on game. Like the game that we not playing is in the politics. I don't want to hear people say, well, I don't do politics. Do you not know your black skin is politics? It's political. Your whole black skin since the founding of this country. We were 3/5 of a human. That was a political move by the South, just so they could get political power. And so our whole existence has been politicized. And if we aren't in the game speaking for ourselves, then we losing. We've been losing. And until we start voting and start voting some people out that don't have our best interests, we got to put some more people in that's going to have our back. The more people we got at the table vouching for us, then we can win.